Well, I didn't plan to do this video like this, but the kid said he wanted me, so we're gonna make it do what it do. Now, I love this drama with Kevin O'Leary and CZ because this gives me unlimited content. So I started watching this and I was like, Lando, let's stop and let's do a review. So hit the good old subscribe button, the like button, and we are going to review this.
Now, let me address something before we go any further. Yesterday on the air, CZ called me a liar. That suggests that I perjured myself in front of the U.S. Senate for 2 hours this week. I can assure you that is not the case. Another little parable here you should understand. When I was young, my birth father, who's Irish, put me on his knee, and every Irishman will know this, and he said, son, never call an Irishman a liar unless you know with certainty that's true. And I said, why is that, Dad? He said, because the Irish are crazy. Now, I don't know what it meant back then, but I got to tell you, I'm not happy about that. So at the end of the day, I have no ill will to this guy, but he's part of the story too. And you found out yesterday, you did a little work with Squawk Box. We talked about it either being 2 billion or 3 billion, that transaction. That's the largest transaction, I think, of anything in there regarding the balance sheet in recent 24-month period. And he confirmed it was 2.1 billion. And then he confirmed that he still had 550 million, $500 million of FTT tokens. Now, at some point, we're going to look at that week of November 6th, and you ask anybody, why was Sam Bankman-Fried or the whole company FTX forced into bankruptcy? It was jamming down that last $500 million that gave them no option. Now, is that the fatal stroke or blow to get rid of your global competitor? I say yes. I'll tell you something else. Right after that interview, I got a phone call, or actually it was a text, from a lobbyist in Washington saying, don't go anywhere, you're coming back. So I bet CZ bought himself an invitation to Washington yesterday. Can't wait to meet him there. We can go sightseeing.
Kevin, I suspect you might be.
Well, he came with the shits because there's two sides to the story. First side is he telling the truth? We don't know. All we can do is speculate. If I was a betting man, I would bet CZ completely did that. So he completely planned to crash FTX. He's seen chinks in their armor, and he completely took advantage of it, in my personal opinion. But I'm not Kevin O'Leary. I'm just a YouTuber, but multi-millionaire. I don't know how much Kevin O'Leary is worth, but you saying that it's a little bit different than me technically saying that. And you got CZ, he have right to defend himself and shoot shots back. So let's carry on.
Right on that front. The only thing I'd say, even if that's the case, even if what he did led to the uncovering of what we now suspect, what's now been alleged in these documents or these complaints from the SEC and a criminal complaint too, I mean, the criminal complaint doesn't get into that as much as it gets into the idea that this was a fraud underneath it anyway. So if CZ did bring down the demise of this and let us see what was there, maybe all he did was sweep the tide out and we saw that SBF was swimming around naked. I mean, that may be the bigger issue here. That
such a great analogy by her. Yeah, I completely love that. And she makes sense. She's like, okay, let's say if he did do that, we wouldn't know that Sam Bankman-Fried was a fraudster. My thing is, I just think CZ ain't the most cleanest guy. I'm just saying.
If he did do it, maybe it was a favor to everybody if it unveiled a Ponzi scheme that might have still been going on otherwise.
Well, remember, he was trying to buy the business at that time. On Wednesday, the idea was he was going to buy it.
Was he doing that just to throw more shade at him? I don't know.
Well, we don't know, but obviously if he thought there was fraud, he wouldn't have made an offer to buy it. So nobody knew, including, remember, this guy's a huge shareholder of FTX, or he was, and so he didn't see the fraud either. So at the end of the day, the question becomes clawback. You've been talking about it for the last 2 days. Is that 2.1 billion Madoff-style clawback? Who knows? But if I get on that credit committee, I'll be one of the guys doing the clawing. So I'm looking forward to that because I think at the end of the day, every shareholder and account holder has to have an answer to what happened here. I normally would have written this off like the other 8 venture investments, but not this one. I'm staying on this one right to the end. I'm going to teach this course at Harvard one day, and my guest.
The reason he's sticking on this one because people is holding fire to you with this. Most people don't care or know about your other investments. We know you've been a spokesperson promoting a scam company. Once it was revealed it was a scam company, you were still promoting a scam CEO. So now it's, I'm going to keep, you're only doing that because of the pressure of the people. Chill.
This is going to be a case. This will be a chestnut. This is an extraordinary situation right now.
What's y'all thoughts? Let me know in the comments.
About trust and credibility and integrity.
Hit the good old subscribe button and good old like button. Tell them, Omar. Say subscribe button. No. Jesus. My own son. Nigga said